Hey guys, welcome to Friday's stream. So, as always, Friday is Destiny 2 Renegades reset for Xur every single Friday. And yes, we're going to see what he has for us. So, Friday, the 5th of June 2026, week of the 2nd of June 2026, the first reset week of June 2026 as well. So we've had a full reset week up to now, and yes, so we on to today's bit of drama. So hopefully it won't be as bad as what happened in World of Warcraft Midnight over the past 2 days. That was very eventful, even though it wasn't meant to be. But we had fun. We made progress in regards to World of Warcraft Midnight storyline. So we're going to head to the tower. We're going to head to the annex side of the tower. And see what Xur has for us this reset Friday of his. So, as I was saying during the live stream on Tuesday, the current season of Lawless is still going on for another 3 days, at least for those who need to complete it. You have plenty of time to try to get it completed, so you can, get as near completion as possible. Just going to get rid of some crap because we don't need it. So we're heading straight to the tower to see what Xur will have for us this reset Friday, the 5th of June 2026. Well, we've had a dramatic week. We had drama on Tuesday, we had drama Wednesday and Thursday, and I expect drama in Crucible after we do Xur's reset live. And during the Tuesday, we also did a live Nightfall run, and we got a really good score as well, so that was a positive, despite dying loads in Crucible. So Xur's new location is around here in this part of the tower. There's less people here at the moment than last week.
I bring gifts of the Nine. Gifts you.
So each week Xur has a bit of gear, usually 2 different types of gear type, pieces of gear, exotic gear for each of the classes, starting with the Hunters, then the Titans, and then goes on to the Warlocks. So usually it's not usually the same slot type for both exotic bits of gear, but it can actually happen where it's the same one for the entire lot, as it were. A full set really being not really. It's a rare thing that it happens, but it can actually happen, and that has happened live as well, which has been really funny in a way, but a bit of a nuisance when it's meant to be something different rather than identical pieces of gear for the slot for the Warlock, Titan, as well as the Hunter. That has happened. So kicking off the gear this week, as always, is the Hunters, and they start with chest armor this week. So you have 3 major mod slots, so you can decide which one will be beneficial for you and your team, and then the minor one will work alongside that just to help maybe get your melee or maybe your grenade cooldown mobility potentially, or super maybe. Tons of choices. So usually exotic gear has a little bit of a description of what to maybe pick as a potential mod, sort of a little hint, as it were. I don't really have additional appearances except these 2 chest armor appearances for the Hunter, but So that one's quite cool, and then you got this one. So once you're happy with a specific appearance, then you have the fun part of trying to make it match with the color scheme that you're going to try to go for. But each exotic bit of gear, regardless if it's chest armor, leg armor, helmet, or even weapons as well, sometimes the customization of the actual shader doesn't actually cover the entire bit of weaponry or armor. So that is something else that can be a bit of annoyance. Do you know what I mean? So it might appear to have actually covered the entire bit of armor, but there is still maybe a hint of another color that, you know, it's very noticeable, for example, and then that spoils it. So each of these shaders or color schemes, you probably have to go through ones that you will feel will blend in with the color scheme, default color anyway. So as always, you can upgrade all the exotic gear to level 5, as well as infuse it if you have duplicates of this same type of exotic gear in your collection in the vault. So if one has better stats than this, you just have to look at the stats on the side there and see if it's better. And if it is better, you can just get rid of this one, recycling it, giving you some glimmer and enhancement cores usually. But until you come across one that's perfect, really, you're going to have to keep recycling until it does rotate round where you do get a balance level stats on the armor. So the second bit of gear for the hunters this week is actually a great example of what I was saying before. It is rare that two identical slot pieces for the same class. So hunters have 2 chest armor this week, so exactly the same principle. 2 times that has happened in recently for 2026, so hasn't been too bad, but hopefully it won't be any more. So 3 major mod slots, so sometimes it does give you, like I said, a description of what it may suggest you to pick as a mod, you know. So sometimes the mod relates to certain damage resistance, certain damage, you know, that you might want to help your team be protected against, especially if you're doing a nightfall, Grandmaster nightfall, a dungeon or raid. Certain pests will have specific damage resistance, and they will actually deal certain damage against you, which will be another problem to deal with. And also barrier champions as well, tons of them as well. So the minor mods, like I said, work alongside the major ones, and it is technically up to you which one you pick. So there is a mixture of melee, grenade cooldown, and mobility, and potentially super cooldowns reductions as well. Level all the exotic gear to a level 5, which is the new default or update since this new expansion began. And like I said, if you've got duplicates, one better than the other, you can merge them together, keeping the stats of the lower version. So the default appearance for this chest armor looks a bit creepy, doesn't it? But like I said, you can look around if you're happy with a certain appearance like this one, for example, and see if the color scheme will sort of blend in, you know. it's not always going to blend in. So this is a great example of it sort of blending, but not quite fully. So you probably want to change the color scheme to make it look less obvious that there is a color sticking out. So hunters have two identical pieces of gear, chest armor this week. So on to the Titans. They begin their gear for this reset Friday with leg armor. So at the moment it doesn't seem to be any issues of duplicates. So just like the hunters as well as the warlocks exotic gear, regardless if it's chest armor, leg armor, helmet, the mark for example, it does often give you a little description what it suggests. So it does actually refer to arc a bit. So maybe specific damage surge will help, and also maybe damage resistance depending what situation you and your little gang are going into. For example, like a raid or dungeon. But if you're doing a very difficult event on the map, harder version of it, maybe you're going to need other traits that will help your teammates as well. And then you can pick which minor one will work alongside it. A lot of the time, players just test these out and see which ones will work alongside each other best. And as always, you can upgrade it to a level 5 and merge duplicates together, basically. This is what infuse means. So with my main character being a Titan class, so she has these additional appearances. So we pick this one for now. So that's the default for the Doom Archers, but we do have this appearance for them. So with it being sort of solar related, orangey fire sort of thing, maybe pick this one that has a hint of fire in it. Maybe this one as well. There is tons of colour schemes or shaders in there, but some work better than others. See, that one's still cool as well. So that's the fun part of, you know, customization. So second bit of gear for the Titans this week is gauntlets this week. So they have chest armor, leg armor and gauntlets this week, where the poor hunters have 2 chest armor pieces this week. So same principle, has a little description usually about what it suggests. So maybe arc, maybe stasis, maybe as well. But it also refers to heavy ammo regen, as well as potentially protecting your character's, you know, main core abilities. So potentially relating to, you know, having a shield or something, just to have a slight chance against certain damage that being thrown at you. But if you have a lot of damage resistance, you can produce a little shield that will help your team survive a very difficult situation in a raid, for example. So there's tons of little things to think about to help your teammates as well. So once you have picked your major mod slot, the minor one, like I said, could be related to healing, for example, to helping you heal quicker, so you can help your team quicker as well. Tons of things to think about. So the fact that my Titan has these other appearances of the default that looks like this, it looks rather green, doesn't it? So I've changed the color scheme of it to sort of match, but it does have that hint of green bit in the middle. So maybe pick something that will sort of blend in a bit more like that. Still looks like something sneezed on my armor, but and then you can play around the default appearance for it. See, even that's got the red, but then it's got the green sort of snot on the shoulders, as I call it. So even that looks worse, doesn't it? So it looks like Gambit in a way, didn't it? So that's the fun part of doing, seeing which colours work best. So on to the final class. The Warlocks start with chest armor. Same principle, 3 major mod slots alongside the minor one. So it does refer to specific abilities, in this case the super. So you probably want to try to get specific mods that will help maybe get your orbs of power to help, because the quicker you get your super, the more damage you can cause. So the super mods and minor mods, these two will work alongside each other. So creating orbs of power, you probably need a lot of grenade energy as well as melee as well. So depending what you want to try to go for, because you have to potentially choose if you want to be resistance or have certain damage resistance, especially against the Scorn. For example, they do a lot of damage, especially with Arc and Void. So you might want to pick something that sort of counteracts that, and also with barrier champions as well. So specific weapons as well will help get orbs of power to help you get your super as well as your teammates, but there's tons of options to play around here. So as always, you can upgrade it to level 5 and merge duplicates together if you've got more than one the same piece in your collection in the vault. So this is the only additional appearance I've got for the Warlocks. So this is the default. I mean, even the default looks much cooler, doesn't it? It does have a sort of Sindori appearance, in my opinion, in regards to World of Warcraft. But yes, once you're happy with the appearance, even if you're happy with the default appearance, then you can have fun, fun time seeing which colours work best in regards to the shaders or colour schemes, as they're also known as. So chest armor for the Warlocks, and then the final piece for the Warlocks this week is leg armor. So at least 2 out of the 3 classes this week don't have technically identical exotic gear for the same slot, which unfortunately the hunters do this week. So like I said, it does often give you a little description of what to maybe pick, and it does refer to specific weapons. So if you want to try to get certain enhancements for specific weapon traits that will help eventually drop orbs of power for your team, or more damage, more resistance, protecting your team members as well. So there's tons of options, and it depends which one you go for as well. I think the best thing, like I always say, play around with them and see which one works alongside the minor ones. So the minor mods technically don't really matter, but they will help in a way anyway, depending which ones you pick. So if all of you pick melee, maybe, for example, at least maybe one of you could have to do with healing, so that will help keep me safe from very difficult pests, especially during the Nightfall run. So unfortunately I've only got this appearance, so even the default appearance looks much better, doesn't it? So it does have a lot of orange on that one, so even this shader still has a hint of orange. So this one has a slight bit of orange, this one has more orange, but so if we so this shader actually has taken out the orange, so it looks much cooler, doesn't it? So for example, this appearance does the same, makes it more like reddish sort of thing. So you have plenty of fun to see which ones work best in regards to the color schemes. So as always, you can level this exotic bit of gear to a level 5 maximum and merge duplicates if you have them in your collection. So depending which ones you pick in regards to the major mods, the minor ones will work alongside it, but try to think about your teammates. If you're in a massive group activity, for example, it will help them all, as well. So the final thing is the mark, which is an exotic mark, but it is random. So every time you buy that from there, it is a random perks that are given to your character. So the mark is this thing that's around the waist, for example. So each exotic mark has a random stats better than each other, so you could buy a few of them and it not necessarily will be as best as the default. So you can buy any of these bits of gear for 40 strange coins each, as long as you got enough. So Thurs reset, we have to spend 47 strange coins every reset week. It doesn't matter if you buy specific resources or materials to help you upgrade the gear. Thurs doesn't mind that, as long as you spend your 47 for the week. So you can buy enhancement cores. You can buy usually other things like enhancement prisms, as well as the ascending shards and ascending alloys. But this week he has ascending shards, but we don't need any of these because it's maxed out. We're maxed out of them, but we do have plenty of chance to get more enhancement cores. Other resources like glimmer you can buy as well, or if you do a lot of raiding with your clan and you want to try to get additional loot card, as it were, which is sort of like a little key which will give you spoils after the raid as well. So the required 47 strange coins, so you can buy 47 of these and that will still count towards 47 strange coins. The other option is to buy exotic gear. Individual engrams will cost you 13 strange coins per engram, but I think they might have limited to 1 or 2 per reset week. However, the individual weapons themselves, they have changed a lot of them around, so a lot of them are default. So regardless of the reset for the weapons sometimes are exactly the same for that reset week. Maybe it's for that reset month, maybe, for example. So the Hawkman hand cannons always there, then it's usually the ones after the Vigilance Wing as well. So it's not usually the Vigilance Wing next to the Hawkman hand cannon. So these ones do change every so often. So we do have the Vigilance Wing pulse rifle as well as the Sunshot hand cannon this week. So we've got technically 2 hand cannons this week, and the linear fusion rifle, the Queenbreaker, as well. There is 2 catalysts, the Fighting Lion catalyst as well as the Rat King catalyst as well. So you've got plenty of things to buy. So you can actually buy the catalysts if you need them, but they are more expensive. They're 71 strange coins per catalyst. So underneath the exotic, as it were, weaponry as well, underneath the legendary weaponry and legendary armor as well, they used to have that, but they made it more simplified. So each weapon individually, for example, it's for a specific gear slot, as well as it will cost you 17 per option that you pick. The individual engram itself is 7 strange coins, but I'm not sure if they limited this to 1 or 2 per week. So like I said, it is up to you how you spend your strange coins. So we're going to do things simple for this reset. So we're going to buy some enhancement cards.
The 9 meant for you to have that.
So we spent 40 strange coins already to find these enhancement cards. So we're going to buy 7 of these.
It was never mine.
Strange gifts in return. So it is actually giving us some enhancement cards back.
It was the 9's.
And some rare banners.
It is yours.
Some more rare banners that we don't really need, you know.
It was never mine.
And then we got this. So we got more rare banners. So you could have bought, you know, for example, if you need more glimmer. It's not a massive must, really. So the required 47 strange coins was to get the favour of the 9 buff.
It is yours now.
So every reset it is like that. So we say thank you to Zer. As simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. And Zer will be dead pleased that we spent some time with him and buying, or should say spending our 47 strange coins for the week. So we will see Zer next Friday and see what he has available next Friday. So until reset week next Friday, because Zer is here from reset Friday to the current the following reset Tuesday. Then he disappears for a few days, and then he's back at the tower for his reset on the Friday. So because we did get some gear that we don't really need, we can recycle it, and it will give some glimmer back as a sort of a recycling currency, as it were. Yeah. So I do hope you've enjoyed this reset. It's as simple as that, really, for this reset. So in regards to the Crucible, this reset week, so on Tuesday you saw the changes to Crucible for this reset week. So we had Control, we also had Mayhem on reset this week. So we're going to go into Mayhem and do 4 of these, as well as 4 Gambits if we can. So on Tuesday we were able to do 4 Gambits, which is a very rare thing. So spent 47, so we still got a little bit well left to get for the following week. So for next Friday we need to try to get enough coins So on Tuesday, we made a start to this. So this does usually take you up to a week. But for a lot of players, because they've been maybe doing this for so many hours per day, it's going to take hardly any time at all. So these usually reset every day, which is a really cool change for the update for Destiny 2 Renegades. But even before that, it used to not change as much, but now it changes every day. Just like the Nightfall, that changes every single day now, which is really good, because we used to have the same Nightfall for the entire week, and then it's not really fun, is it, when we doing the same thing over and over again. So on Tuesday we got the chance to see what the Eververse has on offer for this week. So we could buy this ship, which has a little mini ship next to it, for example. And it does change colour as well. Change. So it does actually change colour as well. So it's like a mothership with a little baby ship, as it were. So Bright does this week. There is the Racehorse, which was the ship that was available during the celebration of the Chinese New Year, the Fire Horse. But we already have it, so we don't have to worry about it. So each reset week, when the Eververse resets as well, it is technically up to you if you want to buy anything from the reset, from the store, for example. It's up to you. It's not like you must buy stuff every week. Sometimes we've gone weeks without buying anything, and we built up our Bright Dust so we can buy something eventually that we do want to buy from the reset. So this week I don't think there is anything that we would buy unless we buy that ship. So if we were, for example, happy to buy this ship, could buy this ship, then it's bought and then we don't have to worry about it. So we could do that. So there is additional things like shaders, color schemes. So that's another option. Interesting. Funny. So later we will decide if we're going to buy anything. So next week we will do another full reset. So on Sunday, after tomorrow night's live stream, I will upload the clarification video. But I will mention it now, even though we're live on Friday. I will mention it tomorrow night during our live stream tomorrow night in Diablo 4 tomorrow night as well. Just to remind you about this forthcoming week. So this week and this following week we will do exactly the same. See if we can get a good amount of progress in regards to Destiny 2 Renegade storyline. Eventually we may get to a point, like I was saying on Tuesday, where we don't need to do Destiny much anymore because of the fact there isn't anything new for us to do. If that is the case, we can go into, for for example, the beginning of Diablo, so the first Diablo, the second Diablo, and then we could maybe do live as planned the third Diablo on the PlayStation. We haven't been live on the PlayStation for ages, but that is an idea, and that is a way of actually showing you guys what Diablo's like live. Diablo 3, which will also consist of the Reaper of Souls expansion as well as the Necromancer one as well. So there's tons of things to maybe do and have fun with. We haven't done much on the PlayStation because I've been having issues with trying to stream it live, but if we have to do streaming via the PlayStation, which is the other main thing that we may have to do in regards to clashes in regards to software, so we may have to just do that on the PlayStation, which is fine. But there's also other games like the new NHL, the new FIFA, the new, or other games like Fallout, for example. Tons of other ones for us to maybe try. So there's tons of things. And also we can do a test of Rumble Saturday on the PlayStation as well, if necessary as well. So we are queued for our first mayhem for tonight. Sometimes it takes us a while, which is hard to understand because it might be the server issue or it might be the fact that the is an instance or plenty of instances going on. We just have to wait till they've finished to allow us to get new players, for example. Because it also could be the fact that they don't want specific players coming back so quickly after an instance to allow other players to have a go, blah blah blah, which makes sense, all to do with the, you know, fair play system. So we will try to do 4 Crucibles and 4 Gambit-sided Crucibles. And then we will go into a live Nightfall run. So we did one on Tuesday. That was really cool. And then we will see if we can beat the score, for example. It's not always guaranteed, because every time we do a live Nightfall run, it depends on the group as well, because sometimes the players that are with you during the actual instance aren't too bothered at all. They just want to get to the end of the Nightfall as quickly as possible, which is another sort of downside, but also you don't know who's going to be there with you, especially during a live instance, for example. So, Mayhem, it's definitely going to be Mayhem, so I've kept it on Arc for the moment. We're going to get our supers quick. On Tuesday, it wasn't always loading up the players, so my character was standing there looking around going, "Where's everyone?" Sort of thing.
Everything, Guardian. No limits here.
Would have been cool if we collect something, you know, like morts or something. I didn't understand that. What killed me? That doesn't go with a crab. He was dead. this is the fun thing of being in Mayhem. We all get our supers very quickly, but the only downside is everyone knows where you're living. So that's the only downside. A lot of players just do it for the weekly requirement, never mind a bit of fun, but it is still fun, even though it's torture, I would say, for a lot of players. For me, it's torture, but for a lot of other players, it's fun.
5 minutes left. Keep it up.
Ew, how nice! Little shit. Somebody kill that piece of shit. Ah, we got you. Well, my team. Oi! So when we go into the live Nightfall run, we will potentially keep the subclass damage type as arc, because that is usually the default. Oh, did I hurt your fucking face? Oops, I hurt you again. I think that should be a new cool song. So I think also the kill ratio needs to be extended as well, especially if everyone's getting the supers very quickly after each other. Which is the case, really, during Mayhem, of course, but this is where they need to change it to make it even more Mayhem. I think you've got a little pissed on you. Oh dear. So that should increase it to at least 1,000. I think 1,000 kills, because sometimes you can get like nearly 200 kills within a couple of minutes, 15 minutes. But this is where they need it to make it even more mayhem. Eee! Fucking no. Who you shoot?
Sound tactics bring victory.
Yay! Ew, I did crap, but I don't care.
Cade would have been proud of how you ran through that like it was
doing it for the weekly. So we hand out medals. We don't always usually have enough medals to hand out. This is the other thing that they needed to change, but they don't always change it. But they won't listen to me, will they? No. I mean, I'm the last person for them to hear. Yeah, they listen to really. So it is asking us to do stasis. So sometimes a little mini requirements. For example, these mini requirements and these little ones refer to specific things. But the good thing is with Mayhem everyone's doing stasis, everyone's doing arc, everyone's doing void, etc. Blah blah blah. There's going to be just tons of stasis, other problems. So you get a little reward of a crate, for example. I don't know what this weapon is. So this mentioned arc. Oh, we've got a fusion rifle that we don't need. So we could check the vault and see if we've got a bit of gear in the vault that we could upgrade using gear that we've got. Because that's other cool little change. It allows you to use gear that you have currently in your inventory equipped, for example, for that weapon slot as well. So trying to find the one that will get rid of that extra bit of gear. Or no, it's not a heavy ammo slot. I think that was primary one, maybe. Some no, not this one. So certain weapons refer to special ammo. So this is special as well. So that's primary. So it might no, unless it was referring to heavy. Just trying to remember what it is. Primary. Wait a minute, I think it might have been primary. So we've got something that we don't need. So usually gear isn't locked, but it can be. So we put that into the vault. Ta-da! Now we can use it. Same with this. So, because we put that weapon into the vault, it should allow us to use that weapon that we had before. So if we get that weapon into our hands, as it were, then we can get rid of it. But if you just want to recycle gear, you're going to get tons of gear. You will probably get the same gear again. So that's other positives. So a second crucible, same principle, mayhem. It would definitely be mayhem, yes. So, referring to tomorrow night's stream, ladies and gentlemen, so it is really dead exciting because we are going to go officially into the Lord of Hatred tomorrow night, kicking off the storyline from the Vessel of Hatred's conclusion and begin Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred, live tomorrow night as we begin our journey in Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred, tomorrow night. So it should be rather entertaining, so I do hope you can join me from 7:30 PM GMT UK time, so we will see how much we can get done tomorrow night. Bit by bit, as I want to show you all bit by bit in regards to the storyline for Diablo 4. So it will take some time to complete or even catch up. Oh, did that fucking hurt? No. Ah, what a fucking shame. Did I hit your face? That's for fucking killing me before. Little shit. Eee! Fucking little bum face. So yeah, they switched up the indicator like I always say. Then it was me. Ah? Can't just shoot me through a wall, can you?
A strong start. Fight on.
See, sometimes it doesn't make sense if they shoot you through a wall and you're like, well, how did he know? Well, how was he able to do that? Because it's impossible. Oh, did that fucking hurt? Stink.
What can stop you?
Hey! So my fault my teammate killed you. So as you can see, a lot of players are dropping orbs of power or blob things. So I used to think there was something wrong with them actually. I used to think, are you ill? Did you like leaving blobs on the floor? Do you need the toilet or something? You know? Why didn't that could be very dangerous because they could all be dancing there, right? And then the enemy player could come and cast their super and kill them and get all the points. Ooh, that piece of shit. I think that was a hunter. Oh, did that fucking hurt? Oh, punched you in the face. Oops, I punched you again. Oh dear. Did I accidentally shoot you?
This battle is yours.
Have that in your face. So I like it when Mayhem's up because it is fairly straightforward for the reset for the Crucible for the week, and the good thing is you can spend absolutely shitload of time having fun in Crucible, this side of Crucible, and just having fun trying to not get too angry and like me like I was before, getting dead angry because I was getting fucking murdered. How did he fucking survive that? Oh, sorry. Did I accidentally shoot you even though you should have killed me? That was quite funny actually. I wasn't actually expecting that to work. I was expecting him to kill me.
What your light can do. I make sure new guardians see all your feeds.
So sometimes, like I said, Crucible or weekly requirements, I can't even speak. Weekly tasks probably the easiest way of saying it. Done very quickly, and it's scary. So roughly about 1,000 glimmer per week, I think. Bright dust bonus. Potentially maybe 1,500 bright dust per week. So I'll try to get more. So then if we do buy that ship, so we do have. Yeah, it's a shame we can't convert a lot of these other resources to bright dust, because we've got tons of enhancement cores, ton of ascending alloys, as well as the ascending shards that go with the ascending prism, which upgrade gear and ships and stuff, blah blah blah. They need to sort that out. But do they listen to me? No, they won't, will they? No, they won't. So tomorrow night, it's dead exciting, isn't it? So we will head into Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred, live for the very first time tomorrow night. So we have completed the Vessel of Hatred up to now, up to the current storyline, which obviously leads into the Lord of Hatred now. So we will try to complete everything in the Lord of Hatred on the Paladins. Then we will create a Warlock. So the new Warlock seems really cool. Or we can go into the new expansion tomorrow night with the new Warlock, which is a potential option to do that live tomorrow night. I've never tried the new Warlock or anything, so the new Paladin's cool. Obviously, you've seen us go through the official Diablo 4 storyline up to the Vessel of Hatred as well, then through the Vessel of Hatred to, of course, the Lord of Hatred. So the talent tree just continues. It just gets even more insane. And then we got the Herodrum cube thing as well, which is I'm not sure if that just makes it even more powerful. But with the Warlock, it's interesting because we can actually use demons against demons, which is interesting because we can maybe get a pet demon. I don't know if we can rename them or anything. I mean, it'd be really cool having a pet demon that, you know, for example, was a female pet evil demon. So, well, not evil. Well, technically it's your minion, but you know what I mean. But it'd just be funny, like evil female minion demon fighting a male demon, going bleh. Just, or there could be like in the Necromancer case where the skeleton guys know each other and probably having that scrap from college or something, you know, from years ago. But in regards to the demons, probably demons going, oh, remember what you did to me at school, or something like that. Just my brain thinking of funny scenarios. But so that could be the option or the way forward for us to go into officially the Lord of Hatred tomorrow night. So I believe the storyline will lead us from where we currently at. I think we're at Kuras Bazaar, which will lead us from that part of the map to obviously you know, the main focus point for this part of Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred. The cinematic that you saw when we were last live for Diablo 4, you saw the introduction cinematic to the actual part of Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred. So You will see the same with Narelle again. Tomorrow night I'm going to try to get it back up again. I'm not sure if it is in the cinematic list that you can pick from the menu, because you used to be able to do that in World of Warcraft, of course. So in Diablo it might be a bit different, but since it being the new expansion, they might have made it more simplified and similar in a way to World of Warcraft in regards to accessing the cinematics and things. So if we can access it straightforward, so in regards to the Lord of Hatred, so I will load the Lord of Hatred up, not be live of course, but to see if the list is there, so we can, you know, just in case, because if it does actually show up from the actual menu, you know, then that's another way of showing you guys the cinematic again. So dealing with Mephisto, huh? It's gonna be fun, isn't it? We already dealt with his daughter already in Diablo 4, and leading into the Vessel of Hatred. So it does make you wonder if the Vessel was more related to what Mephisto was trying to get, or maybe what Lilith was trying to get out of it. So we might have thought the Vessel was obviously her trying to get maybe us or Narelle, because in a way it did seem like that, but then you got the other additional problems, like obviously us having to deal with you know, not just the prime evils, but the lesser evils as well. So we had Andario, didn't we? So that was quite fun. She was very, very peed off. But then you got other ones as well. So this makes you think, But the big question becomes now, with us going into Lord of Hatred, I will mention this tomorrow night, is what has his brothers been up to? Because we haven't really been concentrating on wondering if it has any ramifications in regards to Baal, but Diablo himself is the main problem, because obviously Mephisto is a very powerful prime evil, of course. So it does make you wonder if we're going to have to deal with these brothers. So we got one more of this side of Crucible, and then we will go into the Gambit side. So if the Gambit side doesn't really load up properly, this is where the fun part of having this option for the reset for Crucible. So if the Gambit side of Crucible doesn't load up properly, at least we can go into Mayhem again without having too much disappointment in going into Gambit. Killed me, you. I was trying to talk to the audience. So there's tons to think about, not just in this game, but in regards to, especially with the changes they've brought in for the Lord of Hatred. Which is exciting, really, because you get to see. Ah! I thought I was going to hide or survive. Ooh, I thought I was going to fall off the cliff there. Isn't Lord of the Stings? If I killed you again. How did he fucking survive that? Can't survive that. That was bullcrap. Speaking of bullcrap, probably come against annoying Goatmen tomorrow again. So they fucking hate me, the Goatmen. I never forgive them for what they did to me in Diablo 2, where they fucking did a bloody crap on my dead body. And then Don't Starve together. I don't know if any of you have played that game. Similar Goatman in that, even though it's Don't Starve together. It's a good game. Bloody hard because you have to try to survive the dark, as it were. But they did a fucking shit on me as well, and I always get angry about the fact that they did that just after I died, and then they actually like dance on your dead body and do a bigger shit on you basically. So it's like, oh dare you. And then I'm like going, I'm gonna get you back for that, even if it takes several years. Well, that made fucking sense, didn't it? Make me spawn in where he was fucking at. Oi! Oh, sorry. Did I fucking hurt you? So to me, it's all about participating, even though I might be doing so really terrible. But I don't care. It's all about helping the team get 200 points, as it were. So this is where I think they should increase to like 1,000 or something. Doesn't make it even more mayhem. But that was fucking solid. Well, to me it was fucking solid. But to all these other players, it's like fucking easy. Not to me. It's fucking annoying. Ah, so we've got Arc now, so we can change it back to Arc. Yay. So we do have gear that we don't need, and like I said, we can just either recycle it just to get some glimmer back, or some gear in the vaults can be upgraded using the infusing ability. So we do have tons of the chromatic log currency since they brought it in Edge of Fate, but also well, Final Ship really, but dealing with the Witness, you know. So after this, we will see if we can go into the Crucible side of, well, Gambit side, as it were. Can't even think how to explain it. But Gambit is still part of Crucible, even though it looks like it's a separate thing. But I need to put Gambit in the portal tab because it's still Crucible, even though it appears to be like a different section altogether. But it's still Crucible, and This is where it's very confusing because it's still Crucible, but it's under a different category, even though it's still Crucible, and it's just like, that doesn't make any sense. So Gambit is a different version of Crucible where we have to do PvE side of things, where we have to actually do things together as a team, just like in Mayhem here. Try to get point, you know. Obviously we're not collecting points, we're just killing each other, but in Control, in that part of Crucible, that is still a PvE side of Crucible, similar to Gambit in a way, because you're still having to collect or capture the zone with team members. In Gambit, obviously, you're collecting motes and deposit them in the bank. Preventing enemy invaders as well when they do invade, as well as stopping blockers that are stopping your bank or stopping your team being able to access your bank. So on Tuesday, I died loads and I lost a shitload of glimmer. Not just glimmer, but bright dust. Not bright dust, motes. And I wasn't bloody happy on Tuesday. I was like, ooh, lost like, I think I lost like 37 motes, which is very, to me, very a lot. But to some players, it's not as much as what they could have. And I just hate it when that happens. So the only downside with that side of Crucible, just like with momentum control, they need to switch the indicator off, because that is the best Crucible option outside of Mayhem and Supremacy, to be fair. So after this, we will see if we can go into the other side of Crucible, potentially. Go back into this if Gambit doesn't load up properly. I'm going to try to get some resources in regards to my ammo. So the changes that I brought in for Crucible is like the ammo drops, so a bit more straightforward. He didn't die. Yes, the other downside thing is in regards to Gambit as well as this side of Crucible. Players cheat, even though they don't need to cheat. Do you know what I mean? It's just like the most stupid thing ever. It's like, yes, let's cheat, but we don't need to cheat, so it defeats the purpose of having a normal match, really, or instance, because you've got people who are cheating when there's like game masters watching them, and it's just like, how dumb do they think people are? Like, and it really is really dumb, in fairness, because they don't need to do that, do they? If they know there's game masters watching, it's like, you know, it's just asking for trouble, isn't it? Oh, you shit. I'm gonna get you, man. Woo! He thinks he's fucking manned. But he's not. Oh, what a fucking shame. Fucking little shit.
Yes. Now show them the true meaning of war.
That's a fucking annoying me. Ah! Fuck. See what I mean? Doesn't need to be a little shit, but he decided to be one. Who are you shooting at? What? Punch you in the face. That's quite funny. Because it was very explosive. Yes, my teammates getting angry with that guy as well. It's not just me. Sometimes it's very suspicious, sometimes. Unnecessarily. Oh, did that fucking hurt? Fucking turd. Well, that was a load of shit. He was fucking dead. Dear me. So after this, we will see if we can go into Gambit. So it's actually doing a lot of progress in regards to the weekly mini Crucible requirement for the week. So even though we haven't been live every single day this week, it's still helping towards the weekly requirement. Even though it's just 2 visits technically for my character, but for a lot of these other players, they've probably been doing this all week. So it gets to a point where, you know, how much more can they do for the week? Players want to just muck around and kill each other for the entire week. Which makes sense.
1 minute. Oh, I can't wait to see what you do with
Actually,
that.
this is interesting because my Where's he at? I got you back, you piece of shit. Oops, I killed you again. I killed you again. Told you I'd fucking get you back. Ew, what's that line in Independence Day? Ew, payback's a bitch, eh?
Rise from this loss and fight again.
So we have won more than shot you in the
Two
face.
fire teams of Guardians head to head with no limits on their light. Someone was
So like I
bound
said, it's
to
all
lose.
about participating to me.
Make sure it's them next time.
So we will see if we can go into Gambit then. So if we can go into a Gambit, at least we can maybe do 1 or so. And then if obviously Gambit doesn't load up properly, at least we can go back into Mayhem to make up for the 4 Gambits that we do try to do of each as well. So that one Crucible match, we actually did a lot towards the arc requirement as well. The super thing, which I'm not sure if it was actually working properly there, but So the weekly mini rewards, you try to get to level 20 every single week, but sometimes you've already done it within a few days, or a few hours, never mind an entire week. So regards to Gambit, we will see if it will work. So we have kept the subclass damage as arc. So until that does change, maybe for the little requirements. So we have built up on top of our Glimmer and the strange coins as well in preparation for next Friday, when we have to spend at least 47 strange coins. So the only problem with the strange coins, since they introduced it in the Edge of Fate as well as Final Shape, is the fact that you only get like 200 coins max, but our other resources, we can get hundreds and hundreds of it. But the strange coins, we're going to get 200, which makes no sense, because these other resources, we can get more than these strange coins combined. Very confusing, isn't it? I'm not in charge of who decides that, but... So, Gambit, it's a mixture of PvP/PvE, so we will have to do things as a team, but having to deal with enemy team members, that's the PvP side of things. So we will have to deal with specific pests as well.
All right, Mavericks. Ready to see what you're fighting today? Cabal on the field.
Oh, Cabal to kick off Gambit.
Ever been up to the Leviathan? Cabal can be a...
So when we go into the Nightfall one, we might even be against the Cabal again, but
Transmat firing.
we'll find out live.
Get
Once
ready
we've
for a
done
firefight, sister, and drop those
either
motes in the
4
bank.
Gambits or a mixture of 4 additional Crucible for this part. So we've done 4 of the other main Crucible. So we're against the Cabal, so time to collect motes and deposit them into our bank, or our depository, which is another way of saying it. But we do have Cabal pests trying to stop us, as well as blockers that the other team sends to our side of the instance. So whoever sends blockers first usually has a slight bit of advantage, but most of the time both teams are trying to get their collecting motes as a priority, forgetting about actually depositing into the bank, which is rather funny in a way. So we do have 12 motes. So our team has deposited a little bit of motes at the moment, and I'm still looking for a little pest.
Hey,
I
you're
didn't
losing
even have
motes.
anyone to throw.
Ice the blockers. Invader incoming.
Oh
Send 'em
shit,
back.
we have an enemy pet.
Hostiles incoming at the cabin. Invaders.
Oh, you fucking killed my
Turn
teammate.
that invader into a grease
But
spot.
I rescued you. I saved your life. Well, so we have a blocker at the bank, so we can't deposit anything.
Got eyes
So
on
I'm
a
gonna
high
deposit.
value target. Track it down. Large blockers.
And I killed the enemy pest that killed my teammate. So upsetting. So I think my teammate did lose some more, but not as many as it could have been, in fairness.
High value target destroyed. You're bleeding moats, sister. Whack the blockers.
And again, enemy little shit has entered the fray. Where are you, you little shit? Oh.
Enemy invader.
I killed you again.
Portal is primed. Lock.
He's not going to be happy
Allies
with
headed to the
me.
other side.
So if we send a blocker to their side and they don't clear their blocker, it eats their moats, just like it eats our moats on our side if we don't clear the blocker. Oh yeah!
Incoming at the depot.
Fucking little shit.
Portal is primed. Lock and load.
So if you do feel that you're in danger of losing moats, you can deposit. That's what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to get murdered with my moat.
Sending medium block.
So if that little shit invades again, we have a chance to maybe deposit, or if we do die with moats, at least it won't be as many as could have been well in our possession.
Your team has enough to pull
It
a
is the worst case scenario as well. So the catch-up mechanics they brought into Gambit is, even though the team might have been so far ahead,
Portal's primed. Go make it next. Allies headed to the other side.
still very possible for us to but the catch-up mechanics in regards to Gambit.
Incoming at the depot. Your allies back with 2 kills under them.
Part of the new changes, and it just makes it much fairer and, you know, fair play system basically. So I'm going to deposit these and we should get our primeval. Yay! And I think my teammates come to invade. So they're the team, in fairness, should have won by now, in my opinion, because they had more than enough time, I think, to kill their primeval. But they haven't actually done any of that. Well, killed their primeval. So with the primeval being up, we can't do damage to the primeval unless we get rid of the envoys that are escorted to the arena. It's basically the guard of honor, I guess. Oh look, there's the primeval there. Hey. Looks like maneuver.
Invader on the field.
Oh shit.
They don't look too
Enemy
friendly.
pest. Inbound. Ah! Fuck. How did he fucking get me?
Enemy invader down.
Ha 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 ha.
Your allies hunting the other team. I got a call.
So I know we didn't win, but at least we got to see what Gambit's like, and I killed some pests as well, yay! And as the Drifter says, as well as Lord Shax and everyone in regards to the vendors, well, part of the fire team, Vanguard as well, doesn't matter, it's just a bit of fun. So we will do another one to see if you can actually do another one. If it will let us, that is the other reason as well. Hmm. Mhm. Well, that's scary. So we completed this as well for the week already. So completing this multiple days in a row helps towards this getting completed really quickly. But bear in mind, in regards to my character, she's only visited technically twice, where a lot of these other players have been here, what, probably for the entire week, depending how much killing they want to do every week. So we have to do arc, solar. So we could change it to solar. Do some burning. So when we do go into the live Nightfall run, which will be the final thing of tonight's stream, so we will change it back to solar arc in preparation. So you have an entire week to complete all these, and we completed this on Tuesday. This we made a massive progress on Tuesday. Continue it today in the mayhem as well that you saw, as well as this gambit that we just did. But it's still counting towards this, and that's what used to be a separate thing. It should work together, obviously, but they've made it a bit more simplified and they've bridged it together, so it's cool. We're doing quite good progress there. So, how many ciphers do we have? Let's have a look. Hey, we only got 3. So, with regards to the rewards, we've got another cipher, got another engram, some more strange coin, and some more strange coins. We've got the harmonic currency as well, and the brightest as well.
All right, Mavericks.
So we need to complete everything for the week. We've only been, what,
Cabal on the field.
2 visits technically.
That's not fat on the Cabal. It's muscle. Real tough to chew through. Careful.
So, Cabal again.
Transmat firing.
So different map, same
Get those motes to the bank.
requirement, collect, or I should say, get rid of the pests, collect the motes, deposit them in the bank, get the primary. First 200 motes gets their prime evil, of course. It's all about who can get their prime evil up first, but it's also about who can send the players to the other team.
Inbound at the beach.
Right? Beforehand. Oh, sorry, did I punch you in the face?
Hostiles at the tree.
Oh. Was that a Colossus or something? Centurion? Because they are very heavily armoured. And I can't pick up that mod because it's underground somewhere. So sometimes there's little bugs and it's so annoying because it says you didn't pick it up. Well, I can't pick it up if it's hidden on the map. You like a bug. So we're going to deposit these. I don't know what my teammate's doing there. What is he doing?
To the other side.
Oh, I think he's waiting for enemy pest.
Your allies hunt the
invade.
other team.
I see. Sometimes they
Bank and you'll summon a primeval.
set up the team tactics like that, which is interesting, because usually they have to be very careful with invader, obviously, because anyone that invades and gets opportunity to kill anyone who has moats,
Envoy's dead. Kill the primeval. Invader inbound. Hunt.
so we have the enemy invader.
Enemy invader is down. You can breathe.
Yeah.
Envoy's dead. Kill the primeval.
So, as you can see, the Primeval's got his shield up, so we can't do any damage to it at all, regardless how many times we cast our super on it. Who's free, Mr. Chicken?
Invaders here. Make them feel unwelcome. Enemy invader down. Thanks. Sister, you've got some moves.
What's he at? So that was rather one-sided. So it can actually be totally one-sided if the teams actually participate in
Shooting
it,
like that since an iron lady
which
named
it
Aphrodite ruined
may
my
appear in this case not to be the case, that everyone wasn't even paying attention or bothered at all. But what's the point of doing the instance if you're not going to help the team members? But so we've done 2 gambits. We're going to see if we can do another 2 more. If it does crash, obviously, in the process of us trying to do a few more, we will go into the other Crucible option. As I said, we got Mayhem to go back into. It's really fun. So the current season of Lawless, that's been going on for the past 4 months or so, previous as well, so up to February 2026 this was on from the previous year, and then they continue it. So it was running from last October, basically, through November, December, January, February, March, April, May and June 2026. So it's still going on for another 3 days, and then in 3 days we will find out if it actually does reset again. If that's the case, that means that I haven't quite released a new bit of content yet. So, and it just allows millions of other players to try to get this done for the season for the rewards as well. Dear me. So regards to Destiny 2 Renegades storyline, we are on to Out in the Cold mission. So we will do that next time we're live on Reset Tuesday in regards to Destiny 2. So until we completed everything in regards to Destiny 2 Renegades, we will keep doing a bit by bit like what we do. Bit of the storyline, some Crucible Gambit, instead of always doing the storyline, you know what I mean? Just makes sense to spread it out a bit. Do you know what I mean? It's like in Diablo 4 or even the previous Diablos. We used to do a little bit of the storyline and then do a little dungeon or something, side thing, you know. But there's tons of side things, I bet, when we go into the Lord of Hatred. So just like, well, we even got things from the previous expansion, so we've still got things related from the Vessel of Hatred and even the beginning of Diablo 4 to do all over the place. It still gives us XP, loot and things like that, so it's sometimes it's good to do other things as well. We still got like strongholds to deal with as well. So Gambit number 3. Which pests are we going to be against? Is it going to be the Cabal once again? Usually it is somebody else different, but like I said, it might have crashed, so it's just given us the same pests all the time, which has happened before. It's a rare thing, but we'll see. So, who will the Drifter tell us that we are against? A faction of the Cabal? Shadow Legion, maybe? Lucent Hive, Scorn, Vex, Fallen. The only thing that they don't really announce a lot is the Taken, because the Taken are still a group of pests.
Enough fooling around. Hi, bring a sword. Takes about 100 of Shax's red
So
jacks
against
to kill
the
a hive
Hive
knight.
in
Why does he bother building them?
Gambit number 3, as it were.
Transmat ready. The hall's getting hungry, hero. Feed it some motes, will you?
So, same principle as before, because we've been against the Cabal twice today.
Hostiles at the trees.
I think there was a little glitch there. So up to 5 motes, it's a medium block, small blocker. Up to 10 motes is a medium. And 15 motes is a large blocker. Sent to the team's instance. But like I said, the quicker you get your primeval up on your side, for instance, the better chances you won't lose any motes for your team as well. Oh. Yay! Deposited before I maybe get murdered. Ooh! I died. but I didn't lose any more, so
Your allies
nothing
hunting the
affected
other
the team. Apart from me getting fucking murdered.
Invaders gone. Get them next time. Your invaders down, but they scored 2 kills. Not bad. Hostiles at the trees. High-value target is on the field. Hunt it
So
down.
at least I didn't lose any mods, but I died. So upsetting. I want revenge.
Hostiles inbound at the beach.
I've
Hey, you're losing moats. Ice the block.
horse coming in. So we do have a blocker at the tower, at the bank, so it is eating our mods. So if you don't get rid of the blocker, you can eat a lot of your mod. Shit.
You're being invaded. Find
I
them
need
before
to
they
kill
find
that
you.
shit. Hmm?
High-value targets running. Get it. Invaders off the field.
I don't know if the enemy pest was chasing me,
Hey,
because I didn't, you know, figure out where he was. But my teammates
enemy called up
probably were.
primeval.
Oh
They
shit!
kill it. They win. Hostiles at the trees.
Yeah.
Portals up. Go look them in the eyes. Your allies on the other side, looking to make someone cry.
Ooh, did they burn your face?
Showing them how it's done.
So,
You're close.
getting
Build
tons of
big,
mods
you
for
get
the
a prize.
team.
Incoming wave
Helps us
approved.
get our primeval as well. But also helps the team get some mods as well.
All right. You can still win this. Burn that primeval to the ground.
So, like I was saying about the Taken, so these are the Taken and they're fucking annoying. But they should bring them in more often, because they're still
Focus on the primeval.
force to be reckoned with. Annoying force to reckon with.
Your allies
Thank you,
hunt
Mr.
the other
Taken.
team.
Where's that shit?
Enemy invasion over. You should have seen the look on their face. Ah! Priceless!
Where's he at?
The lead's yours.
I want to invade, please.
Allies back with more kills.
Bye? I want to invade, please, because I want to kill some pieces of shit. Hey! Why is the gateway not opening for me? It doesn't like me. Oh well, we'll let my teammate go through instead.
Allies invading the other side.
But you saw me invade before, so it was fun. Same principle, invading to kill the enemy pests.
Invaders here. Brace yourself.
Because if you kill them on their side of the instance, it's harder for them to
Now,
come
bring
back
the
and
house down.
catch up with the score.
Enemy invaders down. Hey,
Oh, what a fucking shame.
your allies back with 2 kills.
So once the primeval does have his shield off, I think you get about 30 seconds or something. But then once the shield's up, you can't do any damage until the Primeval's envoys are actually
Being
go
invaded.
again.
Find them before they find
Invader
you.
pest.
Primeval compromised. Take it out. Your allies invade.
Shit!
They mean business.
I forgot you. Oh, look at him, thinks he's meat.
Your allies down, but they managed to kill.
Wow, it's quite epic, this one. I want to go through because I really, really want to.
You gained the lead.
Please let me go through. Yay.
Primeval compromised. Burn it down. You're invading. Make a mess. You made that look simple.
Oh dear, that was bad.
Nice work. They're gonna talk about that fight all the way over in the Tangled Shore. Soon as I tell them.
Well, that was a load of fun. So we got another chance to do another 2 more. So we have actually been able to do. So we actually did some more of the. So it does speak. So it does refer to strand. So it usually does refer to each of the subclass damages, subclasses. So whether you're going to be a strand titan, a strand hunter, warlock, etc. So usually the little mini requirements for the week does switch around a bit. So it does refer to stasis and strand weapon. So like I said, we do have a helmet that we don't need. So we could click on the vault and then deposit this into the vault. I think something's gone wrong. That's been rather eventful, isn't it? So the problem is with stuff in the vault, we've got tons of stuff. So at least we can access the vaults without physically having to go back to the tower, you know. But they should allow us to go to vendors the same way, you know, instead of having to teleport to the tower. But if they're going to make us have to teleport to the tower, they should allow us to queue for multiple things at the same time, so then we can actually still venture on the map and do things while we're waiting, which is what we're able to do in World of Warcraft, for example. It makes sense that way, because if you just hang around in orbit for like 40 minutes, it's going to drive you insane, I think. So after this gambit, we will see if we can do one more, and then we will head into a live Nightfall run. So the big question is still, ladies and gentlemen, will I buy this ship? Still don't know. However, in collections you can check out which ships that you haven't bought yet or come across yet. So that ship actually is part of this current season stuff. So,
All
and
right,
then
Mavericks.
some of these
Ready
other
to see
ships
what
from
you're
previous
fighting today?
seasons
Scorn
and
approach.
mini seasons events I still haven't come across yet.
Never trust a scorn. They're little balls.
So who we're going to be against for
Shoot
this
first,
next
talk to it later.
gambit? But at least up
Transmat
to now,
firing.
you're seeing us doing
They
all the
say
gambits
you're the
together
best
rather
hero.
than just maybe
Bang
one
those
per
moats
week,
and poof.
which is what used to happen when the servers weren't working properly. So we used to have to go into control or something, you know, the other side of Crucible, just to make up for you know, the gambit that we couldn't do.
Incoming on the island.
So we're against the Scorn. There's a blocker at our bank. Dealing with the little pest. So a little blocker, but wasn't anything too difficult. So, like I said, small blocker, medium blocker, then the larger blocker is going to be a bloody knight. Taken knight, which are fucking annoying. Yeah. Doesn't for now, my teammate. Oh shit.
Vader inbound. Hunt.
Where is our invader pest?
Portal is primed. Lock. Your allies on the other side. Looking to make someone cry.
I got you. And he dropped some boats for me. And I'm gonna like try to get maximum mods now. To help the team. Hey!
On the island. Your allies back. 2 kills. High value target eliminated.
Yay!
Large blocker to the other side.
Good thing is I didn't lose any mods. Sometimes we can't pick up all the mods in time before they disappear,
Almost
but
there. Fill the bank.
that is the fun thing of trying to complete the task. Bang! Oh, sorry, Mr. Scorn. So, we have our primeval, so it doesn't matter if we can't lose any more now, but we can still die because the enemy team can still invade and try to kill us and to annoy us. Which is what they're probably will like.
Envoy
teammate got murdered.
Your enemy called up a primeval. Finish.
So it's interesting how this
Vader inbound.
primeval is actually a Rex. I think they used to try to have a specific
Vader down.
primeval type for whichever
Your allies
pests were
hunting
up
the other team.
on the main map. So if it was like the Cabal that was mentioned, it would be primeval or Cabal primeval at the end, but
Your invader's dead. Sending him back.
they don't always get it right though. That's the only downside. But I guess it could be you don't know which one it's going to be.
Envoy's dead. Kill
Could
the
be
primeval.
Scorn Pests with a Hive primeval at the end, or Scorn primeval, even though it was the Vex or Fallen. So this is where it's very hard to
Your
know.
allies hunting the other team. An invader crossed over. Fill him full of holes.
What's our invader friend?
Your
Name.
friend's down. They're coming back to your side.
Oh, look.
Invaders out. You'll get them next time.
Right? Hey!
Envoys in the dirt. Now
Oh,
bring
you
the big
fucking
guy.
knocked me off again.
Team's about to win.
That was fucking shit. Could you stop me from...
That primeval's nearly dead. Who made that look silly?
Aha! Well, that could have been a defeat, in fairness.
What a haul. I promise you, I'll do something special for those.
Like I said, it could have been easily a defeat there, but... So, final gambit before we go into the live Nightfall run. So we are, or have been able to do 4 gambits again, which is a good thing, because sometimes it doesn't work all load up properly. Like I said. So pick up all these rewards. So we've still got 2 more to get. So with Zer still being here, obviously, if we maxed out with our strange coins for the week, which could easily happen before he even disappears for until the next reset. So if we max out 200 coins, for example, strange coins, we have to somehow get rid of some. So the good thing is if we do max out with a strange coin, whether it's from collecting strange coins from the mini little rewards, or through doing so many Crucible and Gambits, and Nightfall Run, for example, will give us plenty of strange coins as well. We will then have to somehow get rid of them, and we could go and visit Zer, and even though we visited him before, and spend some more coins, basically, just to get rid of some coins. But this is where they need a change to the fact that you can potentially get at least 1,000 per week, for example, because after a few gambits, few Crucible for the week, you're going to get more than 200 usually of strange coins, and that's more than maxed out. Do you know what I mean? So they need to change it to at least 1,000 at least strange coins, because then players can just keep farming kills in Gambit and Crucible just to get some more strange coins. So who we're going to be against for the final Gambit?
All right. Let's see what we've got. Cabal on the field.
Oh, Cabal! So we've been against the Cabal
If you can get
3
your
times.
hands on 2 Cabal shields, they make great shelter out in the wild.
Was it 2 times? So we've had the
Prepare
Scorn.
for transmat. Give me those
Hive
moves, and I'll make you
and
wish,
Cabal
sister.
twice. So it might be
I
twice
promise.
actually, but same principle. Kill, collect, as it were, and then deposit in the bank so we can get our primary evil up before the other team can get theirs. But it doesn't always necessarily mean you're going to lose, even if the other team gets their primary evil up well before you. Because sometimes you can be very surprised how
Coming at the goal.
you know, your team is actually caught up when you wouldn't think at all. There were some old maps, but they shouldn't have got rid of them. This is the, I think when the community said that it shouldn't have made any changes at all in regards to the map and content, because it makes sense, because technically some of the places that referred to the storyline from previous expansions we can't actually go to now, some of the places anyway. But then most recently we have to go to the places and have to sort of re-bridge how we get to that place, even though we weren't able to get to that part of
Hey,
the map.
you're losing moats.
You know,
Ice
years
the
ago.
blockers.
So it's sort of come back to haunt them in a way, because they've removed it just to ensure that the content is
Portals
sufficient.
up. Go give them my regard. Your allies
But
invaded.
they forget to learn that it doesn't matter really. They don't need to do any changes.
Hit some rounds.
Hmm.
Large blocker outbound.
I mean, for example, like World of Warcraft, they haven't actually got rid of anything on the
Your
map,
invaders back.
so you
They
can
just
got
wiped out the
you got
entire opposing
parts
team.
of the
You're close.
you know, the original map,
Summon that primary.
parts of the
Hostile
first
incoming
expansion,
at the depot.
etc. How it was, 20 years ago, that sort of thing, and they don't need to get rid of anything
An
in
invader
regards to
crossed
Destiny,
over.
do they?
Fill
Because
'em
it's
full of
such a
holes.
massive open world thing anyway.
Ready. Grab
They
your
don't need to make it smaller, do they? They just need to.
enemy invasion over. You should have seen the look on their face. Ah! Priceless! You summoned the primeval, kill the envoys, and
Mr. Invader Pest, where are you? I don't even know where he was. I think he was hiding.
primeval's compromised. Hit it with everything you've got.
Right. Finally, this got shield up, so that little cool ability of the strand wasn't picking them away, was it? No.
Primeval compromised. Focus
So,
your fire.
Invader
An
Pest.
invader crossed over.
Where
Fill
are
'em
you,
full of holes.
Invader Pest? Where's he at? Was he there?
Enemy invader down. Nice.
Oh.
Opposing team's got a primeval. Kill yours now. The lead's yours. Your allies invaded. They mean business. Your allies dead. Sending them back. Envoys terminated. Now, bring the house down. Invaders here. Make them feel unwelcome. That primeval's not long for this world. Burn it down. Take the gear. Enemy invader down. Hey, blame him for trying. Opposing team's about to win. Your allies invading the other side. Done. Opposing team defeated
I'm not
their
going to win
primeval.
them all, but like I said, at least you get to see what Gambit's like. And at least 4 Gambits, so you've been able to see 4 Crucible and 4 Gambits, which is the whole point. But like I said, you win some, you lose some, doesn't matter. I do hope you have enjoyed Crucible. So next week, when we do this reset week, so we will go into Destiny 2 Renegades live on Tuesday once again. So what's on reset this week probably won't be there next week, so might be just Control next week. But we will find out in regards to Crucible reset. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the final part of tonight's stream, which is a live Nightfall run. So in preparation for that, we're going to switch back to Ark and ensure that we got basically everything ready for the Nightfall instance. So we're going to go into the Vanguard tab once we click on the world option here. Click on the Vanguard and then click on Nightfall. So like I said on Tuesday, if it puts us into the Nightfall instance already began, or literally a minute before the end or something like that, which it has done before, where we've joined it where it's literally at the end of the Nightfall, we will we do it again from scratch with very likely a new team, but or new group. So we will see which one it is. If it does put us in at the beginning, you will see the Nightfall from the beginning, and hopefully from the beginning to end. Sometimes it's rare, but past live Nightfalls, there have been the occasion where team members have buggered off, and then it sort of made a mess of things, because then we sort of lose points because we've gone over the 20-minute mark, 25 minutes. So you have up to 25 minutes, and then it starts eating at your score. But if it's a very short Nightfall, for example, it's going to be over within 10 minutes, never mind 25, you know. But usually it's about, you have up to 25 minutes, and then it starts eating at your score. But if you have a very good score before it starts eating your score, it might not be too bad, but the aim is to try to get a good score regardless.
Guardian, scouts report that Taken and Lucent Hive are fighting to take this pass. We cannot allow them to gain
So, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you will enjoy this Nightfall run. We appear to be in the Edge of Fate. area. So everything's related to the final shape expansion appears, maybe. So the witnesses around this area, obviously, but for this part of the strike or task, each nightfall could be part of a task for specific expansion, for specific event as well. Could be regards to something related to a mini season event as well. So there's tons of options for the nightfall, but they do try to usually have it as something familiar with the map or the storyline for a specific expansion, for example. That's scary. Got nothing to throw this out. So sometimes it might appear to be really straightforward, but sometimes players want to miss specific pests to get additional points for the nightfall score, which is, you know, it's up to them, but you're not going to get a platinum score if you do not clear the additional pests to get more points, for example. Who's shooting? Oh, it's you. Like I said, sometimes you're thinking, who's shooting me or my teammate? So them additional little pests, you know, I was delayed joining my teammates. Doesn't matter though, because we've it actually helps you get to where your teammates are. So as you saw, some barrier champions, and the only way to do damage to barrier champions is if you get somebody in your team or yourself to stun the barrier champion, which prevents them putting a defensive mechanics in, and then you can actually kill them, and more points the better. But the thing is, I just don't know if it's points related with the amount of additional barrier champions exploring. And I mean, because like the barrier champions that are just there, I don't know if they spawned in because we got to a certain point threshold. It's very hard to understand sometimes if it's points related for the additional points. Sometimes very hard. No, it's straightforward, isn't it? Oh shit. It's scary. Because you can't fucking fall off. I think when we first did this, I fell off so many times and I was getting really angry. Because I think I killed myself so many times. Hell. Has he killed that elite already? I mean, there's an elite on the way here to this part. And you must have killed it very easily because it's scary to think. It's an elite, do you know what I mean? And it's a nightfall, which is just the other thing. Scary. Oh, sorry, Mr. Taken. So the Taken will be very, very angry. I'll look at any of the I don't know what we're meant to do. It doesn't make any sense. Oh! Fuck. Oh, the fuck. It's bloody solid that. I tried that and I died. See, sometimes these little tasks are very, very difficult to do, and I don't understand how players actually survive doing it. What I mean, he died trying to do that. Here. Oh, we've got another one here. Then we can hand it in again. To this side then. Bloody insane.
It's on the run, but we needed it.
Tormented.
It won't get far.
Guardian, between you
So
and me,
our teammate
I
was
like
able to get
Zaval's
several
Moxie,
blobs
but
things,
this ain't him.
and we were able to
Icora's right to be worried. I got a bad feeling too.
bypass that. And it would have appeared to be really difficult right there. And it was difficult, but obviously we had help with our team, didn't we?
It's gone.
So this is the whole point of it being a group activity. So I don't know if we do really well here.
This town looks like it could have been abandoned yesterday. Taking signatures. They're everywhere.
Ships killing us are leaked versions of the ships that are normally there. Thank you, my teammate. repair. So I'll start the scrap. Oh! Little figure just appeared out of nowhere. Oops, I killed you again. Wait! I think my teammate died as well. Thank you. I don't know how some players say it, so it's is it true? Like, what planet do you think we're on? Shit, we do. Main problems that the Britons will be sending sort of like a lieutenants. Captain Stink? No. Oh, there you are. Oh, that was rather funny. Sometimes certain thresholds might bring a small pest kill. Oh, there you are. It's been where you were. It's Evil Wendy or something. Right? My teammate.
That did it. The sludge is draining.
Oh, we must have killed Evil Wendy. So sometimes when there is a bug in regards to the part of the instance, it's rather terrible because you constantly die at the same place even though you're not technically meant to die of anything, but it likes to ruin it. So we can get rid of this barrier champion. Ah! So if we can get rid of it, we will get more points. Yay! My teammate got rid of it. So sometimes when we do this Nightfall, the team don't bother in regards to care about the additional pests towards the final part of the Nightfall run. But like I said, it's all about the points if you think about it, but some players don't mind. And in honesty, it's not all about always getting the best score ever. To me, it's all about participating. That's all. Oh shit! Final stage dealing with the tormented steam and potential Evil Wendy again. Like I said, sometimes I don't know if it's points related in regards to what spawns during the nightfall run. This is where it's difficult to know. The amount of damage the tormentor, or you can do to the tormentor, just shows how dangerous they are and powerful they are. No, like I said, the amount of additional points that we've got here is the teammates haven't gone in. So, I'm going to go through here, so you can see what this little task thing is. So we have to go in here, collect this, and then carry it back out without dying. Yay! Which is weird, because that one was straightforward, but the other one's fucking solid. It's a shame we can't just go back and get it. I need somebody to go in and get the other one. I'm not doing it, because I fucking died again. Oh. Well, let's try it. This is the bit I fucking hate. Because you collect it, right? And then it's like a fucking nightmare trying to get through. Well, how the crap are you meant to get through? Oh, we did it! Yay! Watch out, fucking die by landing in there. Yay, we did it! Yay! So we're still within the time limit, but we're still... We might be able to get more pests spawn, help us get much more points. This is where I don't know if we're going to get additional pests. Do for one. Hello Nigel, or wherever you are. Evil Steve. Tormentor Steve. And his occasional Evil Wendy with him. I'm going to stand in here, because then you can't get me. Hello, Evil Steve. Can't get me. Hey! Hit me. Shh. So after 20 minutes I start warning us. Oh, I'm gonna be drawn into dark and all that scary shit, really. This is where it's gonna start eating our score if we don't get rid of him all the time. 5 minutes. So we're on to the next part of the Nightfall phase. Deal with his friend.
Looks like the hive finally
So this is where it could get better in regards to the score. But if we're still within the time limit to get the point, that will really help the final outcome if we can get to the end. Dealing with the witness, his tormentor, out his goodness, helping him. Oh, he's fucking stunned as well. Oh, fuck. Damn. It's been annoying. Really was. So the barrier champion, I got a shield back just before I died. I think I got him. Ah yes, so if we kill it, that is usually the last point of the scenario. Now we've still got a few more minutes before the time ends in regards to our points. So we're going to have the tormentor with his friends again. I really have no idea if we're succeeding here. But the thing is, we just don't know until the end when the score comes up. But in my opinion, I think we've done well. We always do well, but obviously I'm not the bloody one going, oh yeah, you did fucking win. Oh, you did so shit. Several times. Whoa. Getting within 25 minutes, that will be possible.
Excellent
That
work.
was so close.
Perhaps next time the Taken and Lucent Hive will think twice about trying to seize territory here.
I wonder how we did. Yay! Damn, it took us fucking ages. But it isn't fucking easy, is it? Anyway. So we say thank you to our teammates. Well, that was dramatic, wasn't it? So we're going to go back to orbit. So we actually completed just as it was starting to eat our score, which is a good thing. So we have got platinum for that nightfall, which is difficult enough to get a platinum for that nightfall, because sometimes you might just be just short of getting the platinum, which has happened so many times. So what we're going to do is do the final thing for tonight and head to the tower and see what Tess will give us for the engram. So we are going to buy that ship because it might be the best thing for a couple of weeks, for example, in regards to what rewards there is in regards to the Nightfall run. Not Nightfall run, but with the reset for the Eververse, should I say, not the Nightfall run.
Checking now. Received.
Eververse has the goods.
We'll buy the ship.
Bad package.
It is this vehicle as well, which is basically the ship, little buggy version of the ship that we've got. So we'll build up our bright dust that we've spent.
Your return honors me, Guardian.
Oh, we got to buy Glimmer from. Interesting. So we will see Commander Zavala.
Are you ready?
So also, he will give us rewards to get as well. Don't need to worry about any of these. So this is the stuff we can buy if we maxed out our Glimmer. Just like all this as well. Tons of stuff. So we have bought that ship. So we will change the colour scheme. I wonder if the little ship that goes next to it is for our ghost.
We need a
It'd be really funny, wouldn't it?
now more than ever.
You know, this little ship might be for the ghost. So our little ghost has his own little ship, which is really funny. Well, what drama we've had tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed any of tonight's stream, will be uploaded eventually, just like previous visits in Destiny 2 on the Friday, as well as Tuesday, if you missed that. I'm still editing the Nightfall because it takes ages to edit every single one, because it's like a specific part of the stream. I want you to be able to watch whatever part of the stream you want to watch. So if you just want to watch the Crucible part, try and split that up, and then obviously the Nightfall run separate, or there's reset only part, for example. In tonight's stream's case, but on Reset Tuesday, of course, we were live for the storyline bit. So if you're just interested in part that we did for Destiny 2 Renegades, yeah, just so many videos, but it will take time, but it will be there eventually for you to watch. Same with World of Warcraft Midnight, so if you missed that, that will be re-uploaded so you can watch it again as well. So if you missed that as well. So ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say thank you for watching, and I do hope you can join me for the final stream of this reset week, which is tomorrow night. So Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred, goes officially live for my character tomorrow night, or characters should I say. So from 7:30, so Saturday the 6th of June 2026, we officially begin our venture in Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred, to see where the storyline will lead us from, of course, the Vessel of Hatred. So it's really exciting. So I will, if I can, or if I need to, will replay that cinematic that you saw towards the end of last time we were in Diablo 4, which sort of kick-started the beginning of the Lord of Hatred. So it should be fun. So hopefully you can join me from 7:30 p.m. GMT UK time tomorrow night, from 7:30 p.m. GMT. If you can, don't worry if you can't, will be uploaded eventually so you can watch it in your own time. A lot to look forward to. So, well, we've already had drama this week, haven't we? So expect more drama tomorrow night. So we head back into Sanctuary tomorrow night. So should be rather cool as we kick off the Lord of Hatred officially tomorrow night. So I do want to say thank you for watching. It's been rather explosive, fun. I've died loads, and no doubt tomorrow night it's going to be eventful as well. Anyway, have a great weekend if you can't join me tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you for tomorrow night's live stream. So have a great Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, and stay safe in the meantime. And I look forward to seeing you all for tomorrow night's live stream. Anyway, stay safe. Thank you for watching. See you all very soon for some more drama, but not quite yet. Anyway, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.